Okay, everyone, it's 9 o'clock. Good morning again to everyone. It's always great to see everyone. It's always good and a blessing to have an opportunity. It is 9 o'clock, as I stated. This is the first meeting of the month. As I stated, Ms. Kilday will be joining if she hadn't already. Sound like we just heard someone sign in. But I am calling the meeting to order, and at this time is Reverend Platt out there. Reverend Platt, are you out there? Okay, Reverend Platt.
Mayor,
Okay.
I don't I don't see him in the list.
Okay, well, if we can bow, if he joins in or come on, we can't have too much prayer, so we may have two prayers this morning, which is not a bad thing. So if you all would join me in bowing our head, and let's take this to the Lord. Heavenly gracious Father, just once again, we are truly thankful for this day this morning, this beautiful day that you've allowed each of us to see, but also a beautiful day to allow all of us to be a part of. Lord, it did not just happen by chance, as we have thanked you for and prayed to you that you continue to give us opportunities. And those opportunities are to do things that are right, do those things that are in order, and do those things that are decent. And we ask that you continue to lead this council and all of us and these employees and department head, our city manager, that you always keep it etched in our hearts what the true purpose of this job. Lord, we thank you. We can't praise you enough. We ask that you continue to guide us. And Lord, even though we can have disagreements, and we know that that's truly okay. But Lord, would just always help us to be remindful that we must continue to love each other and lift up each other, and that it is okay to disagree, but do it in the right manner. Continue to give us the strength, the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge that we can continue to push forward what is best for this community. In your son's name we pray, Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Hold on a minute, okay. All right. With that, if we can stand and you all can see the flag over my left shoulder, and I will lead us with the pledge. And I know it's kind of tough to stay in sync on Zoom, but anyway, if we can, attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all so much. And again, Mike, if Reverend Platt joins us, we can have another prayer if that's what he wants, because we certainly can't pray too much. So proceeding on now, Council, on the presentations and proclamation, one of the highlights that we all have agreed upon, and I feel confident that we will always agree upon for our people, which is the most important thing, the most important asset. So with that said, I'd like to call on Stephanie Chastain and Wallace Hunter for the presentation of employee service recognition. Stephanie?
Thank you so much, Mayor. This is a highlight for us. This is an opportunity for us to personally thank our employees for their service and hard work that they put in each and every day. So the anniversaries that we'll be recognizing this morning are those from March. We had 6 individuals, and among those 6, we had a total of 90 years of service that we'll be recognizing. A couple of the individuals weren't able to be here, so well, I'll still read their names and years off after we address those that are here. So we'll get started with our utilities department. We have Eric Culberson, who reached his 5-year employment anniversary. So congratulations, Eric. It's flown by, it seems like, and I invite you to say a few words if you'd like to do so.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Mayor, City Manager, all the council. Thank you for a wonderful 5 years. I've learned from a great group of guys, and I just hope for 20 more.
Good.
Oh, man, no, 25.
25 more, yes, sir.
Get the max. Hey,
And thank you. Thank you.
you going up the hill, so the hay's about in the barn, so you'll get there. But we certainly want to say thank you for
Yes.
what you do and for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Eric. Also with our utilities department, we have William Lohman, who reached his 25-year employment anniversary. So I see him coming on. Congratulations, William.
Thank you.
And I welcome you to say a few words if you'd like to do so.
Well, I'd like to thank the mayor, city manager, council, and all my co-workers for putting up with me, and we got it did, and whatever task we had down at the wastewater treatment plant for 25 years. So I'd just like to thank you.
Thank you, William. Man, I didn't know you were that old.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, go ahead and do at least 5 more. You can suck it up. You can suck it up now. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank
I
you.
went
Thank you
through a
for
lot
your
in these 25 years.
Well, it's down here now.
Yeah.
Hey,
service. Thank
William,
you.
William, I want
Yeah.
to ask you something, and you surely have. You've been an excellent employee. You've seen some major, if anybody can talk about it, you can tell about it. You've seen some major changes.
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes, sir.
we appreciate what you've done.
I come up on another anniversary in 2 years. It's been a 2-year anniversary down there from what I went through that Sunday morning.
We're glad
Don't
to
forget that, William.
You had to get around that corner pretty fast, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
get these taking all the cups and that rod down.
Well, we appreciate you, William. Appreciate your heart and your spirit, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, William.
Thank
Moving
you.
on, we'll move to our fire department where we have Sergeant Dennis Williams, who reached his 20-year employment anniversary. I know I saw him on here. So congratulations, Sergeant Williams, and we welcome you to say a few words.
Yes, hey, I'd like to thank the mayor, the city council, Chief Hunter, Chief Kennedy. It's been good 20 years. 5 more to go. I'm on the downslope. I appreciate everything y'all have done for us.
Thank you, Dennis.
Well, we thank you, man. But hey, try to stretch that goal to 10. Go and get the max, as I told her. You can suck it up.
All right.
You got a benchmark, so that's great. So kind of etch it up some. Try to go get the max if you can. We
Congratulations.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dennis. Yeah.
And then with our municipal court, we have Miss Brenda Sanders, who reached her 25-year employment anniversary. And I know she's back in my conference room, so I know she's, so congratulations, Miss Brenda, and I welcome you
Thank
to.
you. Okay, thanks. I would like to say thanks to everyone. I can't hear.
Yeah, the audio on that's not very great. So yeah, very low.
I would like to say thank you to everyone, Mr. Hunter, City Council, everyone. 25 years has been wonderful. I just have to do 5 more.
There you go.
5 more to go.
There you go.
There you go.
By the grace of God, I can do it.
You down here.
Thank you, Miss Senator. Thank you.
Thank you
Got the
so
right
much.
one.
Appreciate everything, Brenda.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
I have to get back to court. That's why I have to go. But thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mayor will get Judge Lofton the sentence of the 5 more years and she'll have to do 30.
What did you say? Judge Lofton?
Steve, repeat that.
Yeah, I said we'll have to get Judge Lofton the sentence of the 5 more years and he'll have to put in 30.
Oh, no. Y'all have a beautiful day, okay?
Thank you. Same to you.
Oh,
Stephanie?
We also had 2 others that weren't able to join us this morning. With our Parks and Recreation Department, we have Mr. Rick Thorne, who reached his 5-year employment anniversary. And with our IT department, Mr. Jimmy Lloyd, who reached his 10-year employment anniversary. And I have to tell a story about that one. I had to double check because it seems like I've known Jimmy a lot longer than 10 years, but he reached his 10-year employment anniversary. And like I said, I had double checked myself because Jimmy's been here longer than that. He's just a great guy to work with. So all this group is. So congratulations to each of these individuals, and we thank them for everything they do for us each and every day.
So let Ricky and Jimmy know that from the council, we all collectively said thank you for what they've done.
Yes, sir, we will.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. Now, council proceeding on under the city clerk. At this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for the March 15th work session as well as March 16th council meeting. And at the pleasure of the council, we'll take them all together since we were all at the last meeting. So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve.
Motion, may I have a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Gordy has the second, Mr. Day motion, second by Mr. Gordy. Okay, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now proceeding on, council. Are there any unfinished business at this time? Okay, there not being any, we will continue with the resolutions. And on administration, the first one is a resolution number 2021-62 to be ratified in reference to authorizing the mayor, city manager, and police chief to enter into an agreement with Axon Enterprise Incorporation to replace 10-year-old X26P tasers with the new Taser 7 for the police department in an amount not to exceed $180,919.80. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the city of Phenix City desires to enter into a 5-year maintenance contract agreement with Axon Enterprise Incorporated to deliver a Taser 7 certification platform and program. And whereas the Taser 7 certification platform and program will replace the current 10-year-old X26P tasers with a new Taser 7 for the police department. And whereas the package will supply all the required accessories to include holsters, batteries, docking station, training, warranty, software licenses, unlimited cartridge replacement, and liability coverage. And whereas the city council has reviewed said agreement submitted by Axon Enterprise Incorporated for 5 payments over the next 5 years, with the first payment of $18,091 and 4 additional payments of $40,707 for a total of $180,919.80. And whereas the city council finds the agreement to be a necessity for the day-to-day operations of city business. Now therefore be it resolved that the city council of the city of Phenix City, Alabama hereby authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager and police chief to sign such agreement with Axon Enterprise Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $180,919.80. Passed, approved, and adopted this 25th day of March, 2021, ratified the 6th day of April, 2021.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Lee. Council, we have all heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I would like to entertain a motion for approval for ratify this motion. May I have a motion to ratify?
Motion
Motion to
approve.
ratify.
All right, motion, Mr. Bailey, second, Mr. Day.
That's fine. Yes.
We have that, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir.
Okay, council, are there any comments or discussion?
I'd just like to make one comment, Mayor, that this council has always and will always endorse all of our city employees, firefighters, and the police department in making sure that they have the very best equipment, safety equipment, protection, and everything that they deserve the day-to-day needs of their going out into our community, doing the jobs that they do amongst our citizens. It doesn't matter whether it's firefighters, police officers, whether they work for the utilities, where they work for the engineering department. We're going to make sure that they always have the very best. This council's always done that, and I know that they always will. I just want to tell them thank you for the jobs that all of them do.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Appreciate that.
I have a question, Mayor. I like to ask the chief this, probably redundant here, but is all our officers wear vests when they go on their shift? They have the option to wear vests or not to wear vests?
No, sir, it's actually policy. We require officers, if they work, they have to wear a bulletproof vest. We purchase those vests to make sure that they have that safety equipment with them. And to Steve Bailey's point, I appreciate the support for providing these upgraded equipment for the officers because it is a very big safety feature that helps protect officers. But interestingly enough, this piece of equipment also protects the public as well. It's much more effective than the older versions. It's also, it keeps a record of how the tasers are used, and it's got electronic Wi-Fi so that we can, again, keep officers accountable. But it's not just for officer safety, but it's public safety as well. This one is really a win-win for both the employees and for the community. So I think it's going to be a good program and a great upgrade to our project. But yes, we provide all the safety equipment that these officers need, with including bulletproof vests, and it's not an option. If they're working for us, they have to wear those vests. It's required.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mr. Day. No other comments or discussion? I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council, also on administration. We have resolution number 2021-63 to be ratified in reference to accepting a permanent water easement and permanent sanitary easement on Lot 4, Ladonia Commercial Subdivision, 119 Compromise Court, Phenix City, Alabama. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the city of Phenix City, Alabama is in need of a water and sanitary easement on Lot 4, Ladonia Commercial Subdivision, 119 Compromise Court, Phenix City, Alabama, for the water meters and sanitary sewer manhole and main. And whereas the city of Phenix City, Alabama has negotiated a permanent water easement around the water meters and a permanent sanitary easement around the sanitary manhole and main on said Lot 4 with the owner of the property, Habiba Investments LLC, for $1 and other considerations. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama hereby accepts the permanent water easement and permanent sanitary easement on Lot 4, Ladonia Commercial Subdivision, and authorizes the mayor and city manager to sign the necessary documents for the easement agreements. Passed, approved, and adopted this 25th day of March 2021, ratified the 6th day of April 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Council, we've heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify for approval, please. May I have a motion to ratify?
Motion to ratify.
All right, we have a motion by Mrs. Johnson. May I have a second, council?
Second.
Second, Mr. Gordon. Comments or discussion, council? Okay. Not any. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now council also proceeding on the resolution on administration. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing the purchase of insurance from the Flowers Insurance Agency through American Zurich Insurance Company. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the city of Phenix City has a need for property, inland marine, and auto insurance policies to protect its assets. And whereas Flowers Insurance Agency has provided the city with a proposal to renew the current insurance for the term beginning April the 15th, 2021 and ending April the 15th, 2022 through the American Zurich Insurance Company for its property, inland marine, and auto insurance as follows. Property insurance, $177,152. Inland marine insurance included in that price. Auto insurance included in that price. Property TRIA premium, $1,667. Inland marine TRIA premium, $186. Electronic data management fee, $250. For a total of $179,255. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama hereby authorizes the purchase of insurance from the Flowers Insurance Agency through American Zurich Insurance Company, passed, approved, and adopted this 6th day of April 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Each of us have heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion for approval. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All right, a motion by Mr. Day, and that's a second, Mr. Gordon.
Yes.
All right, We have the motion and second, council. Are there any comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, the risk to be redundant here. I know we had elaborated on this on the past, but we are doing business with the qualified business people here in our city. We want those folks out there maybe missed it the last time we elaborate on this. We do business with the business folks here in the city when they fit the criteria. Thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Day. Any other comments or discussion? If not, this time I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Proceeding on, council, on the engineer and public works department. We do have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor, city managers to enter into a letter of agreement with the Chattahoochee River Conservancy to install, maintain, and operate trash collection devices to the river tributaries. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the Chattahoochee River Conservancy has brought forth a letter of agreement to define terms of their tributary trash trap program. And whereas the city of Phenix City will allow Chattahoochee River Conservancy land and water access to tributaries flowing into the Chattahoochee River. And whereas Chattahoochee River Conservancy will install, maintain, and operate the trash collection devices within said tributaries. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama authorizes the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with Chattahoochee River Conservancy to perform the above described work. Passed, approved, and adopted the 6th day of April, 2021.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lee. That's kind of a tongue twister there, all those T's, but you did a great job.
Tributary trash trap.
It happens now. Well, council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Okay, motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion by Councilwoman Johnson. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We have that, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any comments or discussion, council? All right. At this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, council, proceeding on the Engineer and Public Works Department is a resolution in reference to declaring various items as surplus to be sold as scrap or disposed of at the city landfill. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the Building Maintenance Division of the Engineering Public Works Department of the City of Phenix City has items of personal property which are no longer needed for public or municipal purposes. And whereas Section 114356 of the Code of Alabama 1975 as amended authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the following described property as listed below are hereby declared surplus to be sold as scrap or disposed of at the city landfill. 14 metal signal heads, 9 plastic signal heads, 2 traffic control cabinets, 11 metal traffic signal poles, 9 metal mast arm posts. All items are from the Crawford Road resurfacing project. Passed, approved, and adopted the 6th day of April, 2021.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, we do have a motion by Mr. Gordy. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Johnson. Comments or discussion, council? Okay, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. And now, council, proceeding on the police department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and the city manager to enter into a lease amendment an extension agreement with Crown Castle Towers 06-2 LLC for lease of land for a cell tower located at 1400 Second Place, Knowles Road Water Tank Site. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas resolution number 97-01 was approved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, to enter into a lease agreement with Giron and Company Incorporated for the use of 1400 Second Place, Phenix City, Alabama 36867 to use for radio traffic. And whereas resolution number 2011-69 amended and extended the original agreement, which was resolution 97-01, with Crown Castle PT Incorporated for lease of land for a cell tower. And whereas the City of Phenix City, Alabama wishes to amend and extend a contract with Crown Castle Towers 06-2 LLC for the continued lease of land for a cell tower located at 1400 Second Place, Phenix City, Alabama 36867, otherwise known as the Knowles Road Water Tank Site. And whereas Crown Castle Towers 06-2 LLC wishes to amend and extend the contract under the following terms. Section 3 of the lease provides for 10 additional terms of 5 years each renewal term with a final lease expiration date of May the 7th, 2052. The lease will be amended by adding 4 renewal terms of 5 years each. Upon execution of lease amendment, the new final lease expiration date will be May the 7th, 2072. Right of first refusal. Current rent is $1,558.33 per month. Rent escalates at 10% per term. The next rent escalation is scheduled for May the 7th, 2022. $5,500 bonus payment. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to enter into a lease amendment and extension agreement with Crown Castle Towers 06-2 LLC for lease of land for a cell tower. Passed, approved, and adopted the 6th day of April, 2021.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lee. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Day. May I have a second, Council?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Comments or discussion, Council? Okay, not any. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now proceeding on, Council, on the Utilities Department. We have resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and the city manager to sign change order number 1 agreement with City Base Incorporation for kiosk hardware change, new hardware, payment types in the amount of $1,000, and an agreement with Payment Tech LLC on behalf of JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA, for payment processing services. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas resolution number 2020-312 was approved to purchase a kiosk with City Base Incorporated in an amount of $72,000. And whereas the Utilities Department recommends a fixed unit, freestanding outdoor unit instead of the through-the-wall unit for better security. And whereas the Utilities Department wishes to revise the payment agreement for the customers who will be responsible for paying all convenience fees. And whereas due to the aforementioned, it has been determined that a change order is necessary, more specifically as follows. For the fixed unit, freestanding outdoor unit, 2200 note cash box, an addition of $1,000. Convenience fees of $1.95 by check is paid by the payer. City Base Incorporated via Payment Tech LLC, also known as Chase Merchant Services on behalf of JP Morgan Chase Bank NA, will be the payment processor for check and credit card transactions at the utilities kiosk, a total addition of $1,000. Whereas the grand total of change order number 1 is $1,000. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign change order number 1 agreement with City Base Incorporated for said kiosk hardware change, new hardware and payment types with City Base Incorporated. Be it further resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign an agreement with City Base Incorporated and Payment Tech LLC, also known as Chase Merchant Services, on behalf of JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. for payment processing services. Passed, approved, and adopted the 6th day of April, 2021.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. You
Yes.
need to take your little drink of water. We appreciate that. Council, we've all heard the reading of the resolution. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval, please. May I have?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Mr. Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Johnson. Comments or discussion, council? Okay. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council, on the ordinance. We do have a public notice in first reading. A letter of recommendation from the Planning Commission, public notice and ordinance to rezone 0.4 acre of land located at 814 16th Avenue from an R3 zone, high density residential district to a C4 zone, highway commercial district. Marcus Mitchell is the owner. At this time, I'd like to call on the clerk for the announcement of the public notice and the first reading of this letter. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. The letter is dated March the 24th, 2021 to mayor and city council members regarding the rezone 0.48 acres at 814 16th Avenue, Marcus Mitchell, owner. The Planning Commission of the City of Phenix City met on Tuesday, March the 23rd, 2021 to consider the request of Marcus Mitchell for 0.48 acres located at 814 16th Avenue to be rezoned from an R3 zone, high density residential district, to a C4 zone, highway commercial district. It is the recommendation of the Planning Commission that this request for rezone be approved by the City Council. Signed by Pat Howard, Chairman, and Eliza Phillips, Secretary, Phenix City Planning Commission. The public notice and ordinance reads as follows. Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, in response to a request made by the Planning Commission of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, will meet on the 18th day of May, 2021 at 9 a.m. Eastern Savings Time at the Martin Idlehour Park Community Center located at 3743 Moonlight Drive, Phenix City, Alabama, or by platform Zoom to consider the following amendment to the zoning ordinance of the City of Phenix City, Alabama. An ordinance to amend the zoning ordinances of the City of Phenix City, Alabama. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Section 1, that the zoning ordinance of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, adopted on the 17th day of September 2002, be amended so that the following tract of land be located in a C4 zone, highway commercial district, instead of an R3 zone, high density residential district. Property is located at 814 16th Avenue, Marcus Mitchell, owner. Legal description follows. At said meeting, all persons desiring to be heard concerning the rezoning of the above described property may appear before the council at the aforementioned time and place to be heard. Passed, approved, and adopted the 6th day of April, 2021.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lee. Council, we've all heard the first reading and the public notice. And at this time, at the pleasure of the council, we'll take those all in one vote. So at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the letter, approve the public notice, and to place this ordinance on first reading. May I have a motion to approve?
Also, at this time, motion to approve.
All right, motion by Mr. Day. Is that a second, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we have the motion in a second. Any comments or discussion, council? All right, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, council, on the ordinance, we have a public hearing and second reading. It's an ordinance to rezone 0.34 acre of land located at 5202 Somerville Road from an A1 zone, low density residential district and general agricultural district to a C3 zone, neighborhood commercial district. David Alexander Quinny is the owner. The first reading was held on the 2nd of last month. We'll not ask the clerk to reread that, but now is the time and place that we like to announce that this public hearing is open. If there's anyone that would like to come and address the council on this rezoning of this tract of land, this 0.34 tract of land, now it's the time to do so. And the phone number that you can call in on, and I will turn it up. Let me turn it up. I had turned it down, so if it ring, we wouldn't hear it. So I am turning up the phone. So that number, if there's anyone that would like to address this council at this time by phone, the number is 334-448-2704. Again, the phone number to address this council for this public hearing, if there's anyone that would like to do so at this time, the number is 334-448-2704. So council, we'll give a few minutes to see if anyone will at this time like to call in and address this council in this matter of rezoning this tract of land. Again, the number is 334-448-2704. We'll give a couple of minutes. Okay. Since no one has called in, stepped forward to call in reference to this public hearing for this ordinance to rezone this tract of land, I am now declaring this public hearing closed. And with that, council, I am not going to ask the clerk to reread it due to the fact this is a second reading. So at this time, I'd like to motion to approve this ordinance. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Gordy. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Johnson. Council, any comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, council, proceeding on the ordinance, we have an ordinance to amend chapter 34 floods of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Phenix City, Alabama. The first reading was held on the 16th of March. So we will not ask the clerk to reread this since it has been read as I stated on the 16th of March. So council, at this time, I would like to ask for a motion to approve this ordinance. May I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have
Motion to approve.
all right, we have a motion. That's a motion by Mr. Gordon, and that's a second by Mr. Bailey. Okay, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Bailey, you
Yes.
have that, Melanie?
Yes, sir.
Comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next, council, proceeding on the statutory review, we have a request of the Hometown Initiative Chloe Binion application, Huron Wright, authorized agent to use property for a community center at 513 Fountain Road. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. The letter is dated March the 24th, 2021 to mayor and city council members regarding the statutory review of 513 Fontaine Road, the Hometown Initiative Chloe Binion applicant. The Planning Commission of the City of Phenix City met on Tuesday, March the 23rd, 2021 to consider the request of the Hometown Initiative Chloe Binion applicant, Huron Wright authorized agent, for the statutory review of the property located at 513 Fontaine Road. The applicant proposes to use the property for a community center. It is the recommendation of the Planning Commission that this request be approved by City Council. Signed by Pat Howard, Chairman, Eliza Phillips, Secretary, Phenix City Planning Commission.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Lee.
Yes.
Council, we've all heard the reading of this review. At this time, I'd like to call for a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
All right, motion by Mr. Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, comments or discussion, council? All right, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Next, council, on the board appointments. We have two openings on the East Alabama Mental Health, Mental Retardation Board. So now at this time, council, I'd like to open up for any nominations, any nominees. We do have two, so we will take these separately and vote on those separately. For the first one, we have two openings. The person serving on there now is Ms. Vivian Thomas and Dr. Rita Chandra. So at this time, I'd like to ask for any nominees to be appointed to this board or reappointed.
I'll for motion that we reappoint Ms. Vivian Thomas, Mayor.
Okay. We have a motion, a nominee to for Mrs. Vivian Thomas. So any others? Okay, at this time, I am closing the first nomination, Ms. Vivian Thomas, and I will take that, Mr. Day, as a form of a motion. So with
Yes.
that, may I have a second to approve?
Second.
All right, we have a second by Mr. Gordy. So at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, council, also at this time, I'd like to open up the nomination for any nominees to, or for a nominee to reappoint Dr. Rita Chandra on this board. So may I have a nomination to reappoint Mrs. Dr. Rita Chandra, please?
Mayor, I will reappoint Dr. Rita Chandra to serve on the Mental Health Board.
All right, so we're taking that as a nominee, a nomination, as well as a motion to reappoint Dr. Rita Chandra. So with that, that is the motion from Mrs. Johnson. So may I have a second, council?
Second.
All right, we have a second from Mr. Bailey. So we have the motion and the second. At this time, call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey,
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy,
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, at this time, I'd just like to say thank you to the council. Thank you all for us having the wherewithal and the forthrighteousness to work together. As I stated in prayer yesterday, it's okay if we disagree, but at the end of the day, we still got to love each other to show that where this community can continue to be lifted up. So with that, council, and to the department heads, we want to always say thank you, and to our city managers, thank you all for serving and giving of yourself. And for the ones that may just be getting started in the city, I can tell you it's a great place to work at. It's a great place to work for, and it's the great benefits. So as you may not have seen, there's a lot of people that we had this morning that we recognize that has, put their years in, and they are setting the benchmark to get 25 and 30. I hope it's 30 because, they can reach the maximum, but it's not a bad place to work. So with that, council, is any council member like to add or take away or say something at this time?
Yes, Mayor. I like to give hat off to Mr. Dixon. On last Saturday, they had an event down at Mother Mary Mission, which is in South Phoenix City, District 3, of course, but it was for the whole city and the whole community, and they come together and gave out our food and Easter basket and Easter bucket and stuff like that for the community, for the kids. And they also were giving out food. We want to thank him and his organization. I think the other organization were there as well. We want to thank them for that. Remember the community in the time of need. Thank you, sir.
Any other council members? Anything you want to take away or say?
I just have one, Mayor. Also, I want to congratulate those employees as well. Again, their tenure and commitment to the city really means a lot to our community, and we thank them for their service. And I will say, Phoenix City continues to show signs of hope. We got infrastructure improvement, roads improvements, right-of-ways improvements. So a lot of that is so important to the community. So, and always, I want to thank the citizens, for just residing in Phoenix City, because it's one of the best places to work and one of the best places to live. So thank you for allowing me to serve as your representative in District 2. It's a great city. We got a great team, and we'll continue to move forward with greatness in our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Mr. Baylor, Mr. Gordon, anything?
If I can, Mayor, just want to remind everybody, I know our governor is fixing to relax the mask mandate and some of the other mandates as other states have done. And I know we're slowly trying to get back to what our old normal used to be, living within this new normal. But please just remember, just as the COVID crisis is not over, still use the most common courtesy that you can for those around you. Even if you're not scared of it, even if you don't believe it exists, even if you think that you've had it, can't get it again, or for whatever reason, just remember those that are around you that are getting out in public, going to churches, going to school, shopping, things of that nature. Just show them respect. Live amongst the people the way that you would think that they would do for you. As the mayor says, we have to be aware of those around us more than we have to be aware of ourselves. I, for one, am glad to see that it's trying to ease up a little bit, but it's still unknown to us. This is a worldwide disease. People are still guessing at the outcome of it, and they're still guessing about everything. But if you can get your vaccinations, please get those. If you think that you're a person that needs them, I personally did. I personally believe that we should all get them, but that's me. That's my thoughts. If it's not something that you think you want to do, then by all means, you have the right to do that. No one is trying to tell you what to do, but just be mindful, be careful, continue to wear your mask if you're in large crowds. If you're out with family and all, and you feel comfortable without them, I guess you can go without them, but let's don't lax up too much. We may be trying to turn a corner on this, and let's get the corner turned. Last year, it was about this time when I'm guessing everybody thought we could turn a corner, and we turned the wrong corner last year. It really got terrible in the spring, summer, and fall. And no one knows that more so than our city, because we lost some wonderful people, and a lot of our families have lost wonderful people and friends. So please just keep that in mind. I know I talk about that a lot, that COVID, but look at here, every time you turn on the news, that's the first thing on the news every day is COVID.
Yeah.
It's deadly. It's something that no one knows whether they're going to get it or not. No one knows that you'll survive it or not. So be mindful of everyone else. And as Ms. Johnson said, and Mr. Day said, thank you for the city employees that continue to be loyal to our city. That just shows outstanding people work for an outstanding city. They're loyal to our city, but our city is loyal to its employees. And I just want to thank Mr. Hunter and all the department heads for doing that for their employees, and their employees for doing a good job that it makes their department heads sometimes a job a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. So thank you for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bay. Mr. Gordon, are you okay?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Hunter, anything you want to add, take away, or say?
No, just to the general public, basically that if people meet the qualifications, the city has vacancies here, openings for jobs. So if you know people, anyone out there that's looking for a job that would like to work with the city, send them down to our HR department or have them to go on our site and take a look. We're looking to recruit some real good people throughout the city in all different departments. So if you can pass the word out, that helps us also. And like to reiterate, and they have sites also that we will be putting on our boards where vaccination sites where you don't have to have appointments. So if you feel you need a shot or an appointment, or to go somewhere, you can go there without having a prior, appointment. So we need that because the numbers are increasing and they are going up. And I don't know what decision really that the governor is going to make, but it's pretty tough on her when she followed the medical field and take a look at what's going on. So she have a lot on her shoulders and she's made some good decisions. So we don't know what's coming forward, but we know if you get too relaxed, and a lot of us have, it can be devastating to the people that you could pass it on to. That's a big fear. So I'd like to say, just encourage each other and try our best, to see about one another. And that's all I have right now, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. Well, again, let me say, I truly thank this council and thank for us being a team. And I also thank the team that the city manager has put together. And let's just always keep our heart with true diligence. And I do want to say this, let's all be reminded of a couple of things I want to say is that we all have to realize to get the right person, we have to be the right person. And the most important thing I want to say today, in my opinion, is let's not forget the golden rule. And we all know what that is. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And let's do that internally. And let's always do it externally. But I will say this, if we're not doing it internally as a team, we won't do it externally, which is the sole responsibility of us for this community. So thank you all, council, city manager, and your team, and everyone on this team. Let's continue to do the right thing and press forward. So with that said, we do stand adjourned. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of today.
Thank you, Mayor.